Moving right along to number 3, Angela Song. Angela, how are you? Angela's a sophomore, Pascack Valley. And your daddy? Where's your daddy? Where's your daddy and your mama? Younghee, hello, how are you? Okay, it's all yours.
First, I would like to start off by thanking our special guests, Ms. Lou Weaver, Mr. Ronald Regan, Mr. Robert Kruger, and our pastor, Tim Yee. Personally, I've never had any trouble with the law. There have been times where I didn't follow simple laws, such as fastening my seatbelt in the car or jaywalking in the streets. But I've never broken any other laws, and I've never been arrested or suspended from school. However, many high school students today across the nation get in trouble with the law, and the problem is becoming much more frequent. Many laws that high school students break include doing things such as underage drinking and or smoking, and cheating and plagiarism. These are the most common criminal offenses of teenagers, and they can pose many risks to them. This is typically the scenario in which high school students drink. A high school boy or girl hosts a party at their house when their parents are away on a trip for the weekend, invites their friends, and whoever wants to come to the party, gets alcohol from who knows where, and that's it. Then everything goes downhill from there. Dozens of people go to the party and have a few drinks and lose control and get really loud enough that the host or hostess's neighbors can hear the party happening late at night. Then, after the party is completely over, the teenagers that have cars drive with their friends in the car while their blood alcohol level gets over the limit for driving, resulting in a high risk of getting into a crash and major injuries, or even the possibility of death. In this scenario of a high school party, about 4 criminal offenses are occurring. Possession of alcohol as one under the age of 21, underage drinking, disturbance of the peace, and drunk driving. There are probably more laws being broken, but these are the main ones. Not only are criminal offenses being taken, but underage drinking can result in physical limitations and higher chances of death. According to the CDC, young drivers ages 16 to 20 are 17 times more likely to die in a crash than when they have a blood alcohol concentration of 0.08% than when they have not been drinking. Underage drinking can also result in problems with memory, motor skills, and coordination as teenagers' brains are still developing compared to adults' brains that are completely matured. Teenagers need to understand that these laws are used to protect them from these terrible consequences. Another place where bad decisions are made is on school property. Many students may cheat or plagiarize material for their own benefit. This is usually the scenario. A boy or girl forgets about a huge quiz or test or exam, or they just weren't in the mood for studying. Then, out of desperation, they write the formulas for their math test on the back of their hand or look over at the papers of the people sitting around them and copy their answers. Although cheating may seem very minuscule, especially if students tell themselves that it was only a one-time thing, cheating can actually result in many consequences, such as lack of knowledge of the material of which he or she cheated on, failure of the course or class, suspension, and lack of trust among his or her teachers and peers. Cheating is not necessarily illegal, but it can result in long-lasting consequences. In addition to cheating, plagiarism is often common in the classroom. Students might often copy and paste information or work from another website or source, such as a classmate that was not created by the student, him or herself. While plagiarism generally is not a crime, it can be illegal if a copyrighted or trademarked work is being copied. Thus, the author or maker of that work can sue whoever plagiarized their work, leading to more legal issues. Donald McCabe from Rutgers University discovered that 64% of 24,000 students admitted to cheating on a test and 58% admitted to plagiarism. There are many consequences of cheating and plagiarism that can harm a student's relationships, academic integrity, and their future. Take this for example. If a first-choice college, if a student becomes acknowledged of a cheating or plagiarism scandal from his or her school records of suspension, then that college might not even consider looking at the student's application at all. Then, everything that student worked for is gone just because they were too lazy. The small acts of cheating or plagiarism can lead to big consequences for a student. In essence, many students break laws that shouldn't be broken out of desire to have fun or do well in school. However, students need to realize that these laws are made for their own well-being. These laws are made so that the student's safety and protection and health are guaranteed. Thus, students need to be more aware of the laws they break and the consequences and costs that come with it. We all need to be aware of these offenses and make sure that those around us make the right and moral decisions that don't hinder them from success and their happiness in the future. Thank you.
So you mentioned about driving while intoxicated. You're not old enough to purchase alcohol, right? So how do you feel about the proposed legalization of marijuana?
Well, personally, I don't think that it's a good idea, the legalization of marijuana, because marijuana can actually lead to like more physical limitations, and if you get like arrested or for like being under the influence of marijuana, then that can also result in the same consequences of alcohol. And marijuana actually stays in your system for 30 days compared to alcohol, which is only for a few hours. So it actually increases the chance of legal issues of the person who consumed it.
I think she knows more than me. So, yes, I said the same thing, because the Bergen Record had asked the candidates running for Bergen County Sheriff, what is your position on legalization of marijuana, which is a law that is being addressed through the New Jersey legislature. I basically said it's a bad idea. I think New Jersey law enforcement knows it's a bad idea. I think generally law enforcement knows it's a bad idea. The problem is we're getting less and less sensitized to marijuana across our country, and it's over 50%, closer into the 60% of people that they poll saying it should be. Now I do support for medicinal reasons marijuana, because if someone is sick of cancer or any other illness, why should we stop that type of drug? So I do support that. But legalization of marijuana is a bad idea, and let me tell you why. Just like, how old are you? 15. You look older. So let's just say your 22-year-old brother. He can go into the liquor store and buy liquor, and he can supply that liquor to you. We know that happens today. Not you, your brother, but we know that happens today, that you have older, 21 or older people legally purchasing it and making it available to younger age. The same thing will happen with marijuana. It'll be easier for our younger children to obtain marijuana. Why should we make it easier for them? We shouldn't. That's why it's a bad idea in law enforcement. It's bad for enforcement. It's going to be very hard and challenging for law enforcement. Like you said, maybe in your system, you may not be under the influence of it. The only test is a physical test of sobriety, and then maybe a urine screening and a blood withdrawal, and there's just so much that we would have to do to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, and it will be some sort of doubt that, hey, yeah, I'm a smoker, but I smoked it a week ago, and that's why it came in my presence of my urine or my blood. There's a lot of challenges, and we're just going to allow New Jersey to do what they need to do, and as a law enforcement representative, we will have to engage and go over the challenges when they come. So, Angela, you did a great job. I'll give you back your product here, because you probably spent many hours and days researching it, so thank you very much. Mom and Dad, be very proud of your daughter. Did a great job like all the others.